Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist one too. And all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of you, only crossing bigger and better. And this is also a dedication to all them higher learners at Harvard that want to send me videos and not let nobody respond to them, or anybody like you. Listen, we're not going to keep good company very long, because if you got something to say and it's supposed to be informative and good as truth, you should be able to deal with any responses that come from that. And if not, it's just a bias shutdown. You're trying to, for whatever reason, control the knowledge or the flow of it. And with that, I will just say this again. I am a straight talker, I believe, right, that God is the good of all. And when you feel absolutely good at 360 degrees from the inside out, that is the God of you. I believe to only stay connected to the good of you, the God of you, is to only cross one more positive when you feel all negativity. That will only add you up good as true to the absolute bigger and better of the negativity subtracts 2, 1, neutral, nothing. I believe that your institution is inferior in its mathematics, and through its mathematics, all things of it faithfully is under a state of decay and disintegration. Harvard, and I'll explain to you why. Now, if you have one positive and you take away one positive, well, what do you have, Harvard? You have nothing of one positive. You have what? One nothing neutral of one positive, right? You have one negative of one positive. But your mathematics don't respect that. Again, I'll say this. If I have one positive, right, and I take away one positive, right, then I end up with a neutral of nothing of one positive. Well, that's just one negative. And because they don't respect that, right, they state inferior, right, through unevolved faith, the good and bad of us in all things, right? When all faith, including yours, Harvard, is a static, twisted, scattered, blind, undefined lie. And it only states to crisscross you, unenlightened with knowledge, right, to the bigger and better of decay and disintegration, crisscrossing, static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined out of your minds to one nothing, dust to wind at the beginning again. All things that state one more positive are only stated good as the truth of them, the absolute bigger, better, inline out embodiment of matter of them. And that is stated by all the atoms. They are creation applied one to the here and now existence of all reality check. And I'll explain to you how, Harvard. An atom, nowhere inside of it is neutral. Not the neutron, not the existence of it anywhere in space, not none of it. You hear me? Okay? That atom is only absolutely one more positive to be good as truth, the bigger and better than all negativity, enlightened out, the neutral nothing. And when that atom bonds, it only bonds one more positive, two or more Christ-like, from the inside out, to make the good God and truth of every shape, form, and mass you could think of, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you could think of, and every shape, form, and mass of God you can think of, with the thieving Holy Spirit of all I am, the positive energy of the bigger and better of all God, truth, reality check I am. As I stated in previous videos, right, Pistis Sophia in the mythology was an atom that split. And through her splitting, right, negatively, perversely, right, through a backfire of energy with her polarity, right, she created all creation of existence through the neutrons of us, okay? And at the time of her split, right, what happened is all the energy that was a constant flow of force, okay, divided. And when it divided, it not only divided, it reversed course, okay. So we have infinite energy, positive going one way, and we have infinite energy of negative going another way, okay. But it's not in different directions because it's all intertwined, okay. Now inside the atom, they say it's 99.999.9999999 empty space, okay, right. Well, that's not true, okay. But I'll explain something that is true. Without that proton, right, overwhelming the neutron, right, well, the atom would not be here and now. But it still wouldn't be 99.9999999 point empty space. You know what it would be? It would be fluctuation of energy, always to the reality check of it waiting to be absorbed to the bigger and better of an atom. Okay? As the electrical fluctuations of reality. Listen. Okay, so back to what I'm telling you. When these two energies split, right, the negative of it come right to the point of the neutron. Okay? And the positive energy of it came right to the point of the proton of it. Okay? Well, within a fraction of this happening, okay, I don't know what kind of time frame that really is, but know the reality of it. The proton automatically overwhelms the neutrons, okay? And the neutron is not neutral. The neutron doesn't have no charge, okay? A neutron is always negatively deficient of a proton. And outside of an atom, a neutron is always negative with energy, crisscrossing, static, twisted, scattered, and undefined to one neutral nothing, unevolved energy, negatively deficient in the wind. Okay? Now, inside the atom, that neutron's negativity, right, is overwhelmed, right, to the positive energy of the proton. And it brings that energy, right, to a more positive state to stabilize the good truth of that neutron, okay? And an atom is a love knot of energy, okay? It's core force, right? It is negative and positive charges held together. And depending on how the reality of that atom's bond is stated to the good God and truth of it, to the electronegativity of the charge of her splitting perversely as a backfire, right? Whenever it's hit with that electronegativity, depending on how more positive it needs to be, right, or how negative it has become, depends on the electronegativity affecting it and its bond and its structure and its elemental matter, meaning what it's going to bond with and become. And it also affects the neutron, because if that energy, right, which is negative energy, right, can get to the core of that atom, right, and overwhelm the positive, right, of the proton, and the atom can't stabilize, then the atom splits. Now, if the atom can't stabilize in bonding matter, right, it stops bonding. Well, that's the good truth of the neutral nothing to all shape, form, and mass of reality. It's just negative decay on it, right? To one neutral nothing, just dust and wind at the beginning. And every time you cross negative with negativity, just like Pistis Sophia, right, you incarnate the devil of you. I mean, that's the devil of you. You hear me? To cross negative with negativity. And through a radioactive Shiva shaft, okay? And I tell you it's a Shiva shaft because Shiva is the first religion of the world, okay? You become a nutty, fruity bushwhacker from the inside of your reality, meaning you are birthing negative matters one after another to an unevolved, retarded death. You hear me? Because you're just dying out retarded as hell. All you are of positive energy ends up the good God and truth of the one neutral nothing of you, just negative of the